whether she's in legal trouble or not, if people are paying attention, they recognize that someone in her position who doesn't realize that they are putting the nation's security at risk by doing what they're doing, how in the world are you going to turn the keys over to them? Are you kidding me?
Darn good question, ladies and gentlemen. And joining us right now is Larry Klayman. And Larry Klayman is the founder of Freedom Watch, of course, former federal prosecutor. Hello, Larry.
Hey, Steve. How you doing?
Good. Good to talk to you. Okay, so let's talk about Hillary here. And, of course, you've dealt with Hillary in court, and you just had a case dismissed by a judge. We'll talk about that in a second. But you see a tie-in a way, so tie it all in for us.
What Dr. Carson talked about is certainly valid in the political context and the national security context. But what Hillary Clinton was doing, along with her husband Bill Clinton, and I'm the only lawyer ever to have a court rule that he committed a crime during the Clinton era, so I know them very well. What they were doing was accepting bribes from foreign powers, Iran in particular, interests related to Iran, to be able to grant waivers at the State Department when Hillary was Secretary of State in exchange for cold cash to the Clinton Foundation and large speaking fees. This is a violation of the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, RICO. And we filed a lawsuit to that effect in Palm Beach, Florida, in the federal court. Regrettably, it was assigned to a Clinton-appointed judge who dismissed the case after he shut down discovery earlier. And the basis for his decision is simply incorrect. It's contrived. We're going to be taking an appeal of that. But I think the publicity, and you helped that, Steve, around that, helped spur the Justice Department and the FBI to take action. And, of course, we know in the last 2 days, they've seized Hillary's hard drive, they've seized her server, and they've seized the thumb drive that was given to her lawyer, David Kendall, which had classified information on it. So it's a gradual process. Mrs. Clinton is in more than deep trouble. I think she's fatally injured legally. And if the Justice Department and FBI does its job, she's probably going to jail at some point.
Do you think that this Justice Department and FBI will conduct a fair and impartial investigation, or do we need a special prosecutor?
Well, note that I said if it's doing its job, which is a big if.
Right.
The FBI right now, which is run by James Comey, who is actually a Republican and has a very good reputation for honesty, I have faith in. But the Obama Justice Department, at least in terms of main justice, I do not. And what could happen if we don't keep the pressure on is that the server and the thumb drive get buried. We'll never see it again, and we'll never know what's on it. So right now I'm exploring creative ways, including appealing this judge's decision, because we want an independent court to take hold of this to get to the bottom of what's at issue here. And clearly there were crimes committed. There's no doubt about that.
Let me ask you, you're also leading an effort legally to go after the Iran deal.
That's right. Also in that court, a different judge, a judge appointed by George W. Bush, for whatever that means, they're all supposed to be independent, is going to make a decision on whether or not, from a declaratory standpoint, the Senate has to ratify what Obama agreed to, since it is a treaty, by a 2/3 majority vote. If that is found by the court, hopefully that will cause Congress to back off of the agreement that they made with Obama, which says that if he just gets 1/3 of the senators and House of Representatives, congressmen, to agree with him, that agreement will go through.
But isn't that, if I'm the judge, don't I say, or if I'm the other side arguing, don't I say, isn't it incumbent upon the Senate to make that decision? And in fact, I've had people tell me that the Senate can. It's not too late. That they should just say, this is a, wait a minute, and we know we did the Corker Amendment, but this is a treaty, and we have to go that way, and we got to do, this has to be ratified by 2/3. If they're not even doing that, how could you expect a judge to rule that that's the case?
Well, occasionally, Steve, we found that courageous judge who will do things like that, like Judge Royce Lamberth in the District of Columbia,
right,
when he found that Bill Clinton had committed a crime, and Judge Richard Leon, who enjoined the NSA from illegal metadata telephonic surveillance subject to appeal. So there, occasionally you'll find that judge, and I'm praying that we have that judge here. But you're right, the Senate has the ability to reverse itself on this by itself. But you know what? With what Obama did, going to the UN, those sanctions for the rest of the world are already released.
Right.
It almost doesn't matter anymore what Congress does because the damage is done. The only way we're going to get rid of this Iranian nuclear threat is to take it out militarily.
Well, Larry,
and the candidates are going to have to step up to that.
Congratulations on your efforts, and we'll keep a close eye on them and see how they go. Thank you very much, my friend.
You too.
All right, up next, folks, Give Me Five. But first, as you know, Donald Trump, you know the name. He continues to surge in the polls, and so does the popularity of his cap. The Donald has made it famous at campaign stops with his Make America Great slogan. So, Make America Great Again slogan. Now, you can get your very own Make America Great Again cap, a $25 value free with this offer. Just pay shipping and handling. Go to Newsmax.com/Trump cap or call 1-800-485-4350. That's Newsmax.com/Trump cap.